बस एक जुल्फ की, बस एक निगाह प्यार की।
संभलना।
हवा के साथ साथ, घटा के संग संग, ओ साथी चल,
मुझे लेके साथ चल तू, यूं ही दिन रात चल तू, संभल मेरे साथ।
Gopal Das Parmanand Sippy, also affectionately known as the General, has been a veteran filmmaker and trade leader, and his life story is one which has all the ingredients for the making of a movie in terms of action, emotion and drama. Born on the 14th of September 1914, G.P. Sippy spent most of his childhood enraptured by the likes of Buster Keaton, I.D. Polo and Charlie Chaplin of the silent movie era.
न कोई रहा है, न कोई रहेगा.
At the tender age of 14, the young G.P. Sippy participated in the Salt Satyagraha and was imprisoned for 6 months for raising his voice against British imperialism. Growing up into a man of grit and enterprise, he took life's challenges head-on, facing highs and lows in his restaurant and carpet business. Sippy was then compelled to take the sea passage to Mumbai from Karachi along with his family during partition. Once in Bombay, G.P. Sippy, also a practicing lawyer, was up in arms against the Requisition Act, which prevented private individuals from owning their own flats and introduced the ownership of flats for the first time in Bombay with Sin Chambers in Colaba. This act of his proved to be a turning point, as during this time he fraternized with film folk like Raj Kapoor and Nargis and her brothers Akhtar and Anwar Hussain and decided to make a foray into the world of illusions. The year was 1951 and it saw G.P. Productions produce their first feature film, Saza, released in 1952. Filmmaking was even then considered to be a risky proposition, but as a producer, G.P. Sippy never hesitated in promoting fresh talent. Pramod Chakravarti and Narendra Bedi turned directors under the banner of Sippy Films. Noteworthy is the relationship he shared as a friend and a producer with I.S. Johar for 2 decades, giving Indian cinema some of its most humorous scenes ever filmed. His son Ramesh Sippy also made his directorial debut in 1971 with a home production called Andaz.
जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना.
Under his father's guidance, Ramesh went on to create magic with blockbusters like Sita Aur Geeta, Sholay, Sagar and Shaan. Time and again, he entrusted the fate of his films to absolute newcomers. Many illustrious film stars have launched their careers with Sippy Films.
या अल्लाह, काले से डर गए क्या?
हमें काले हैं तो क्या हुआ, दिल वाले हैं.
दे जितनी गाली दे दी है ठाकुर, जी भर के गाली दे.
नाम अब्दुल है मेरा, सबकी खबर रखता हूँ.
दिल है मेरा दीवाना, यारों मैं तो चला.
Hindi film industry gained considerably from G.P. Sippy, who never shied away from his commitment to improving filmmaking techniques.
The basic approach was that we should have for less satisfaction, that we have done our best. We should not compromise on that.
His film Shahenshah ushered in the era of Geva color films in India in 1953. With customary flamboyance and vision, he introduced to Indian cinema the 70mm format with stereophonic sound, and even went ahead and hired a foreign crew for the film Sholay.
We had a Western unit working on action sequences, telling us how to punch, how to fall, how to ride, and all the tricks of the trade and the things that we'd never seen or heard before.
And so, in 1975, he had on hand a film which rewrote the rules of commercial Indian cinema.
हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे.
The movie had an uninterrupted 286-week run in Minerva Theatre in Mumbai. It remains the only film in the history of Indian cinema to have ever run so successfully.
ये हाथ हमको दे ठाकुर.
J.P. Sippy was the first major Indian film producer to have ventured into television at a time when it wasn't even in vogue. He gave Doordarshan one of its most outstanding and popular serials, Bunyad, depicting the perils of partition.